Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 4 of the 1.26 Kubernetes release process. I am Grace. I'll be your host today. Just a reminder that we are under the CNCF Code of Conduct, which boils down to being kind and respectful to each other. All right, kicking off with open discussion. Is there anyone new here that haven't introduced themselves? Please speak up. All right. If not, we can jump right into enhancement. Mark.
Hi, so for this, I'd say enhancement status is still green. We're still working on collecting KEPs and giving the authors time to meet all their criteria. There's a link to the tracking sheet here, as always. One update is we've started to add some insights or graphs around there. You can access those via appending insights to the link, or there's a little like graph icon on the on the board you can see. It's not as robust as the sheets, but it is better than not having these there. So that's good. We'll probably continue to refine those. We're still working on the automation for the sync job. Riley's been taking a look at that and suspects that Ryler suspects that the PAT token might not have all the correct permissions. Other updates are enhancement freeze is next Thursday, and Ryler will be sending a mail today to KDev to remind everybody about that. So far we have 45 enhancements that are been collected, 44 that we're tracking or we're working on now. That's 8 since last week. And there's a breakdown of the stages.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Moving on to CI signal. Luana.
Hello, thank you. So updates from CI signal team. We are seeing a few flaky tests in both the branches, master blocking and master informing. We've created 2 issues for one flaky test in the master blocking branch and another one for the master informing branch. The issues are still waiting to be triaged. So we are monitoring all the other tests, and in case we need to raise an issue, we will do that. That's all the update from CI signal. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And then bug triage with Kaylin.
Hey, yeah, so things are still slow for us, but starting to pick up a little bit. We've got, you can see there, a bunch of issues starting, and now that all of the members have access to the project board, we've started picking up issues and PRs, tracking them and following them up. That's what we got going on. Also nice to see everyone.
Quick question. I remember during the orientation, there was a problem with tagging bugs in KK. Has that been resolved?
I think so with the project access, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'll follow up for next week or next meeting.
Right, because I think access to K enhancement or SIG release doesn't grant access to KK. Yeah. All right. Next we have docs with Mickey.
Hey folks, nice to see some familiar names and faces on here. So docs is green right now, and we have divided all of the KEPs between us on the team. So we're good to go.
All right, thank you. And then release notes with Rodolfo.
Hey team, the current status of release notes is green. We just merged the draft pull request for Alpha 1 and working for website pull requests. We need an approval for SIG release leads. I just tag them in the pull request. Also, later today, we are going to create a GitHub discussion for major teams, and I will post this discussion at SIG release Slack channel.
Awesome. Next up, we have comms with Gaba Brada.
Hey, hi everyone. So with comms, this time we have comms view in the enhancement board as well. So that work is done, and recently Federico sent messages to all the SIGs that is opted for enhancement for feature blocks. So it is very early, but we started early this time, and the discussion is going on when to start identifying major release themes, whether it should be during the enhancement freeze or just after the enhancement freeze, but to start with the release team discussions as since the last 2 cycles, we are seeing mid-cycle deprecation log. So deciding on release themes and major releases would help us with that deprecation block to go through.
All right,
So yeah, that's all.
thank you for that. Next up, release branch management with Jeremy.
Hey, we are green right now. The alpha 1 went okay. We're currently on track to do the alpha 2 with the current schedule for October 11th. There was a subject of additional beta that I think Leo added to his update. We can discuss that there. It's going to be difficult to do another beta, but we can do more alphas or accelerate those if we need to. We also just did a promo tools release yesterday, so we're going to try that out for the alpha 2. So there may be some hiccups there. We haven't tested that new version yet for that, but hopefully it'll be all good.
And when you say discuss below, where is that, Jeremy?
Oh, is the first item under Leo's update. Do we need another beta cut?
Okay, I see. All right, and then EA with Navarun. Oh, I think Navarun can't make it today, right? But yes, there are 2 shadows orientations. The invites are out. And then Leo, release lead updates.
Hello, everyone. Good to see so many folks joining this meeting. 28, that's great. It's awesome. Right, so I have quite a few updates, but I think we can go through them fast. So first, the beta cut question. So I remember something about salsa level. This is like we have to have like there are like some requirements for us to meet supply chain security guidelines, but it turns out a beta cut is not needed for this. So as Jeremy already said, there was also the question if like a beta cut, another one would be any like helpful or something like this. But as Jeremy already said, so right now the schedule is a little bit difficult. Beta cuts are cut after code freeze, and we have basically the beta 0 cut after code freeze, and then we have the week after that the first release candidate cut. So there's actually not much time to play around with. So probably for this cycle, there's no room basically to cut another release. But I will reach out to some of the folks in the community who usually consume these beta cuts to see if the release is good, if like this would actually help them. So maybe this is something in the future. Then to the next point, right? So there's actually one change to kubectl where we have to, which changes some things with the cloud providers. So we need to make sure that the documentation and the communication comms about this are getting sent out. One of the docs, SIG release docs members reached out to us that this is like one concern from them. So we should make sure that like we align with docs that basically the cloud providers are adding proper documentation, so everybody in the community is aware, and we also add this to our comms deprecation and remove its block. But I think we are already aware kind of and have this on our side, so that's nice. Then the last point regarding release notes and comms about major themes of the release. So I checked with like the handbook, the lead handbook says we should start major themes tracking in the 4th week, so this week. And the release notes handbook said something different. So we sorted out in the Slack thread that I linked below when would be the best time to start collecting these major themes. And in this Slack thread, we discussed it would be probably best to start like with enhancement freeze. So then we reach out to SIGs and ask them about major themes of the cycle. And then with code freeze, we basically also freeze this. So I think that's great. Overall, everything is looking good. If there's like any access problems, I don't think so. But if there are any problems like this, please reach out. And otherwise, I think we are looking great.
All right. There is no update from 6 Scalability. Let's look at the board quickly. Yeah, I don't think there has been any new updates. All right. Any last call out before I stop the recording? Okay. Stop recording.